Hello, we are Mark and Maureen, and I write mnmhittheroad.com. Mark has been RVing his entire life, going on his first camping trip at 6 weeks old. I joined the fun when we were 18, and we've been RVing ever since. Our goal today is to give you some handy tips that will make your rally experience better. Rally boondocking allows you to enjoy your time at rallies, races, and multi-day events. This seminar will unlock some easy tips and tricks for all fun and no stress while boondocking. Learn generator tips, water saving ideas, and more. Please note, this seminar is designed for short-term boondocking, not off-the-grid living. We hope you leave today with a new confidence about boondocking, or dry camping as we call it. Being able to manage your power and tanks for several days will open up a whole new world to explore. Like at racetracks, you will be able to park before race day. You'll get to enjoy all the pre-race activities. Maybe have a bird's eye view from the track infield. Mark has a big plan for us when we retire, and it's all about races. Our first trip will include the Daytona 500, the Kentucky Derby, the Indy 500, the Preakness, and the Belmont. Or at the beach. Enjoy the ocean breeze, put your toes in the sand, and go to sleep listening to the waves break. There are many spots along the California coast where you can camp and open your door to the sand and waves. Or in the open desert. Dry camp and explore the desert by yourself or with a group. We are in our element in the desert. Much of Arizona is open for you to camp and explore. All you need is a state land permit. Our state parks have been awarded as best in the country. We often camp with our dirt bikes and razors in the lower desert during the winter and in the mountains in the summer. Every Thanksgiving, we meet family and friends in the California desert by the Salton Sea. We have a complete Thanksgiving feast with all the trimmings and a decorated table. Everything is made at camp except the pies. Mark's parents take care of the turkey, stuffing, and mashed potatoes. We are in charge of pies, candied yams, and a ham. Other friends and family round out the rest of our feast. And when I say feast, I mean feast. Or in the mountains, where you can take advantage of the cool mountain air tucked among the tall pine trees. This is our summer playground to escape the desert heat. Or at balloon fests, where you can be as close as you can to the launch field and have them fly overhead, even landing next to your camper. As you already know, the Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta is the granddaddy of them all and not to be missed. We are also big fans of the Lake Havasu Balloon Fest each January. Or in our national parks, where you can enjoy Yellowstone, Yosemite, and any other park you choose. Hiking, biking, and exploring await. Our national park system is second to none. For us, staying in the park is the only way to go. Besides missing the entrance-exit traffic, you can slow down and explore more because you have the entire day and evening. Are you tired? Relax at camp a bit before heading back out. Hungry? Make lunch in your very own kitchen. Of course, the occasional overnight stop at a casino or a Cracker Barrel or a truck stop or a Walmart is sometimes warranted. Then there's always camping Cousin Eddie style in a friend or relative's driveway. Dear friends of ours have a cabin up in Greer, high in the Arizona mountains, and we often stay, Cousin Eddie style, in their driveway during the summer. We'll pop open the outside TV and gather among the pine trees to watch our Diamondbacks play baseball with a small campfire and our favorite beverage. It's truly roughing it, I tell you. And as Cousin Eddie says, don't you go falling in love with it now, because we're taking it with us when we leave here next month. Now, how can we do this and open the country up for adventure? First and foremost are your tanks. Since rally boondocking is all about maximizing fun and minimizing disaster, it's important to make sure both your gray and black tanks are empty, or as empty as they can be. And it's just the opposite for your fuel tank and fresh water tank. You want to make sure they are full. For those with propane, depending on the weather and your usage, you may want to top off your propane tank. Then there's cooking. Aside from our Thanksgiving in the dirt, we keep food pretty simple when we are boondocking. Burgers, grilled sandwiches, and anything on the barbecue. Most times we cook enough on night 1 to have it again for lunch and or dinner on night 2. We use disposable pans, paper plates, plastic utensils, anything to minimize dishwashing. If we're going to use the crock pot, I'll use an inner liner so I don't have to wash the inner pot. Back to our Thanksgiving feast. We eat big on Thanksgiving Day, but as with any holiday meal, there are leftovers. Friday night is our appetizer night. Each camper will share an appetizer and we eat that along with any leftovers. Saturday night is cook your meat and share a side night. This works well for us since we can use minimal pans and minimal water for cleanup. Water. Can't live without it, but you don't want to fill your grain tank with it too fast. We use 1-gallon water jugs for cooking, coffee, and tea. We use disposable foil pans for cooking and paper plates and bowls and plastic silverware to minimize dishwashing. We take a camp shower. A camp shower is get in, get wet, and turn off the water. Wash your hair and body, then turn the water back on to rinse off. We use hand wipes like wet ones to wash our hands. This may dry your skin, so I keep lotion handy. We wash dishes once a day. I put the silverware in the sink, add soap and hot water, just enough to cover the silverware. Then I add a couple of dishes at a time, washing and rinsing them in that same sink. Then I use the soapy water to wipe down the counters and stove. Just as important as water is your power management. The previous owner of our coach left this handy-dandy chart in the master compartment where the battery charge and tank levels are located. Be sure to check your batteries while boondocking. It's important not to let them get below your 50% charging level. We boondock often, so when it's time to replace the batteries, we upgraded to Lifeline AGMs with higher amp hours. For us, the expense was worth it. Generator tips. We run the generator for a couple of hours in the morning while we make breakfast, plan our day. We run the generator while showering since the water pump draws a shocking amount of power. We run the generator for a couple of hours in the evening while we make dinner and watch TV or anything else we might do that evening. I like battery-operated candles a couple of places in the motorhome for just enough light to see where you're going in the dark. We unplug unnecessary items and small appliances while the generator is off, so we save battery power for our refrigerator. If your coach has an AGS, feel free to use it. We have always done manual generator maintenance and it works for us. Generator exhaust not only smells bad, but it can be dangerous. Generator fumes hang low in the air and go right into your neighbor's space. Nobody wants to be parked next to that guy at the rally. We use the Genturi exhaust system that diverts the fumes up and above our camper. It's easy to assemble and easy to take down and takes up minimal storage space. It's important to also check your ground. At the Perry Rally, we parked in grass. It rained a lot before we arrived and was a good thing we used our jack pads for the levelers so they didn't sink. Ground in the Sonoran Desert is pretty hard, but you still want to make sure your jacks and tires won't sink. Holding tank management is very important. Our gray tank will fill faster than the black tank. We wash hands with the water in the sink that drains into the black tank. The camp shower saves a large amount of water. In our Class C, we managed 8 showers before our gray tank was full. Our Phaeton is double the gray tank storage, but even with that bigger tank, we are still very careful when boondocking. If you like to do your dishes in a plastic bin, pour the used dishwater down the toilet. This little bit of extra water will help break up your stuff and leave extra shower water space in your gray tank. Then there's the honey truck. All rallies or multi-day events have a few trucks ready to pump out your holding tank and fill your water tank. If you know you're going to need a pump out, schedule it ahead of time. The phone number for the honey truck company has always been readily available at every rally we've been to. Sometimes you can catch them as they drive by your site, but we like to call ahead. Thank you. We hope your next boondocking adventure is soon, and we look forward to seeing you at the next FMCA rally. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at mnmhittheroad@gmail.com. Have a great day.